Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Joseph Laughter, and in today's lessons we will be considering the topic demonstratives. Yeah, either you just call them demonstratives or we say demonstrative pronouns. The most important thing is that if you ever get confused as to which of these words to use, say these, that, these, and those. If you ever at any point get confused as regards which of them you should use, I'm teaching you this topic so you could understand the simple logic or the simple trick to it. So the four demonstratives we've got in English, there are this, these, that, and those. As you would see, these and these are used if something is close to you, if something is literally beside you, if something is what you can easily touch or what you can easily make reference to without necessarily pointing far ahead. Yeah, so if something is near you, if something is close to you, use this or these. Now the question of should you use this or these is now dependent on how many are these things. If it is one thing, just one, which means singular, use this. However, if it is two or more, like two or more, use these. That means plural, two or more. Do you understand that? I'll give you examples, don't worry. And if something is far from you, you should be deciding whether to use that or those. So you've got an option of whether you want to use that or those. So if something is far from you, say something is in a place such that you have to point at it for whoever you're discussing with or whoever you're talking to be able to get the reference you're making to that thing. Like you're pointing at the thing, yeah, you use that or those. Do you understand that? Yeah. So let's say these now. So use that or those, and then if you're deciding whether it is singular or whether to use that or those, then the next thing is that if it is one thing that's a singular, you see that you use that. If it is two or more, use those. So now the next thing we want to look at is the examples of this. Yeah. So look at this marker with me. This marker, yeah, it is literally with me. So I would say this marker, or I would say this pen, yeah, or I would say this hairbrush, yeah, or I would say this scissors, yeah, or I would say this bottle. Do you understand? Yeah, because all of these things are literally with me, like I'm holding them, or I could easily just touch them. So because they are near me, I would use this. But if it's more than one, say bottles, I would say these bottles. Yeah? Or I would say these. Let me see, I think I've got an extra pen here. Yeah? I've got two pens. Okay, I've actually even got two markers. So I would say these markers. Yeah? Or I would say, I could say these pens, yeah, because I've got two of them and I could easily touch both of them. Or I mean, they don't necessarily have to be in my hands. Doesn't necessarily mean that I have to hold them before I could use these or these. It just means that I could easily point at them and most likely touch them, or they are so close to me that anyone would know this thing beside me is what I am referring to. Do you understand that? So you say this marker, or these markers. Yeah? However, if this marker is far away from me, and I have to point at it. Look at me pointing at the marker. I say, that marker, yeah? That marker. And if it is 2 of them, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 10 of them, I would say, those markers, yeah? The bottle, a little far from me, yeah? And I have to point at it. I would say, that bottle, yeah? And if it's 2 of the bottles, what would I say? Those bottles. Do you understand, yeah? So that's the simple way of deciding which of these 4 demonstratives that you should use when you are talking, when you're discussing with people, when you're having conversations. Do you understand, yeah? So if it's something is close to you, just say this. And if it is one thing, say this pen, yeah? If it is 2 of them, say these pens. If it's far from you, say that pen. And if it's 2 of them, say those pens. Do you understand, yeah? So I believe you've understood this topic well. So the plural of that is those. The plural of these is these. If it is near you, use these and these. If it's far from you, use that and those. I hope you've learned something today, yeah? Thank you for watching my video. Have a great day. Bye.